Okay, so finishing off stage 3, absolutely make sure that those two stitch lines have met in the middle there. You can flip it over and check. When you check on the inside, you don't want a big hole in the middle here. If it's met perfectly, it should be fine, but you don't want a big hole where they join. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to trim back our facing edge, just like we did before. Half that seam allowance. You've just thought double-sided tape. Let's get rid of some of that double-sided tape since we're going to trim it back. Let's remove some of that, rub it out. Just go around the corner, get rid of that double-sided tape. It's a beauty with double-sided tape, it'll rub off. On this cheaper leather though, because it's only cheap scrap, you'll notice that the tanning's all rubbing off. If you've got a good quality leather, it shouldn't do that. But I bought seconds cheap stuffs for our sampling. So, right up, half seam allowance, getting rid of it. Right up to that notch, and then I'm going to cut it out at that notch. Okay, let's see. Going on there, dodgy. Alrighty, so half that seam allowance on the facing side. I am then going to cut diagonally through that corner. At least have 3 or 4 mils inside of that corner though, so that when you turn it back you can create a nice neat corner. Probably better seen on that side. Yep, so make sure that when you diagonally cut through that you're at least 3 or 4 mils away from the corner. Now I'm going to turn him through. When you turn him through, make sure you do the whole, fold him in place, fold him down that direction, fold him down that direction. Finger and thumb, finger in between, thumb on top, pull him through the hole. So you get a nice, neat, beautiful corner, okay, because you want a perfect corner. Give him a bit of a pre-rub. Make sure you know which side is your good side. I think that was my good side. Good question. Yeah, if it was attached to a facing, you'd know for sure, yeah. But because it's almost right on the edge, it's really tricky to see. Give him a bit of a pre-rub. Okay, make sure you've got a nice neat corner. Probably could have got a better corner in that, not too bad. Make sure when you go into it too, because not only are we going to be gluing in that seam, but we're going to be gluing our next seam together. Make sure that's an open seam though. So that neckline seam needs to be an open seam. What you will notice that when you fold that seam, there'll be bulkage in here on the inside. When you open it up, you'll see that fold there, that bulkage of that leather. You might just want to trim that bulk away. Don't trim it right back to the corner, just trim off some of that excess so that it's not so bulky in there and it will overlap a little bit neater onto itself. First thing I'm going to do is glue that down flat. So, because I've pre-rubbed it, it should be nice and easy to glue down now. Pre-rubbed it in your last step. Okay, other side. You don't need to lather it with glue, just a little bit of glue should do the job. Rub him so he's nice and flat. Make sure there's no glue on him if you're going to use it on the right side. Cool. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go in and I'm going to put a bit of glue down my lapel seam to glue him nice and flat back. Glue in as far into the corner as you possibly can. Okay, now I'm going to do the top seam on that top edge. Okay, cool. You notice that I just rub off if there's any excess glue when especially if this is my good side that's showing to the world. Now you don't want to get any glue stuck on it, so I'm just checking to make sure. Okay, so that now is the end of stage 3.